book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. Shalom to the 140 and 4,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, and I got a lesson I want to get into in regards to wisdom and discipline and how they go hand in hand. All right. Wisdom and discipline, they go together. All right. And this is something that we're learning here in these last days as Israelites, especially the Israelite man. That's who I'm mainly speaking to, the Israelite man. The Lord is teaching us discipline over our flesh, man. And we learn that in many different ways. And the Lord Yahweh Shai tells us this right here, man. The spirit is willing to do what's right, but the flesh is the one that's weak, man. The flesh, that's why we got to get out of these damn bodies, man. We got to have those new immortal bodies underneath that second covenant when Yahweh Shai returns. All right, but right now we're battling. We're battling this flesh, man. We're in a spiritual battle. The flesh wants to do everything that's contrary to what's right. All right. And as a personal testimony, I want to bring my personal situation out because I know brothers can identify. All right. And my thing, Shalakia, my thing as of lately has been trying to be more healthy, man, as far as consuming better foods. Now, we get into the health a lot because that's a form of discipline. And the Lord requires it, man. He requires us to have discipline over our diet, man. All right. And the flesh, like I said this week, the flesh craves sugar, sweets, things that are not good for our health, man. Fried foods, all that shit tastes good. There's no denying it, man. Fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, all right, donuts, candy bars, all that shit tastes good. Energy drinks, you know what I'm saying? But it's not good for you. And the spirit has been on me heavy to correct my diet, man. All right. Now, I try not to eat fast food because processed food, man, is not good for you, man. Esau has defiled that shit, to a whole nother level, man. Burger King, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, whatever food chains you got in your area. All right. The fast food shit. Try to stay away from that, man, as much as possible. Now, yes, all the food is defiled. All right. But that's not an excuse to eat the worst shit. You got to have some form of discipline, man, over your flesh. And that's just one aspect of it. But it leads on to other things, man. It branches out to other aspects of your life. Okay? Discipline is key. It's a key component in wisdom. Matter of fact, let's get a precept in the book of Wisdom of Solomon really quick. Salaki, the book of Ecclesiasticus. All right, here we have the book of Ecclesiasticus, all right, otherwise known as Sirach in the Apocrypha, okay? Chapter 18 and verse 30. What does it say? It says, go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. That can go into food and also other things, man. All right? You can lust after anything, man. You can lust after women that ain't right for you, okay? A lot of men do that. They fall victim to the flesh. They see a woman that got, a nice body. She got a nice, curvaceous form or figure, cute face and all that, but she a complete demon. All right. Or she has a husband. All right. She's betrothed. She got a boyfriend or whatever. All right. And I hate using that word boyfriend. That shit is just whack. We don't have boyfriends and girlfriends in Israel. We have husbands and wives, but that's what they teach you here in America, Babylon the Great. But anyway, the point is that, you got to refrain yourself from your lust, man. All right. You got to use wisdom. When some shit ain't good for you, but your body is telling you yes, and your mind is telling you no. Listen to the spirit, man. All right. Because those who are the elect, we have the mind of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we hear that voice telling us not to do this or to refrain from this. But the body, the flesh, is telling you to do it. That's the battle right there, man. And it says, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. You got to, exercise discipline in your life, man. Like such as, like I said, the diet. Okay. Chick-fil-A, man. That was my thing, man. Panda Express. I like both of those, man. They taste good to me, you know. And I had to stop myself from eating that shit, man, because you know that shit ain't good for you, man. That processed food is not good for you, man. Esau putting all kind of chemicals and shit in to make it taste good, to keep you coming back. All right, this devil, man, we're not ignorant of his devices. We understand this, okay? And if you do eat it, you know what I'm saying, make it far and few in between, okay? And definitely pray over it. All right, this food is defiled. Esau's putting shit in his food, man. And the Lord has been showing me that, man. He's been, you know, through the Spirit, he's been telling brothers to really get their diet correct, man. Because I know a lot of the brothers are mentioning cleaning up their diets in these videos as of lately. You know, you gotta listen to the Lord's voice, because the Lord speaks through his men, and he can speak through other people too, man. Matter of fact, a quick example: I was at my job, and I ran into this customer, and it was an older Jake woman, and we got to talking and whatnot, and she ended up mentioning, she said, you got to stay healthy. She's an elderly lady, man. She's kind of all over the place, but she did say this. She said, you got to be healthy, and it's like, why did she say that? It's the Spirit, because I've been focusing on getting better at my health and my diet. She said, you got to stick around. You got to be around. You want to be like me, because she was in a wheelchair. And I guess she had some kind of medical issues going on. And she told me that, man, just the other day. So I'm like, yo, that's the Lord, man, speaking through all these different avenues, man. And you got to listen to that voice, all right? And it's for a bigger purpose. It's for a bigger reason. And I'll get to that later on in this lesson. But let's go to the next verse, all right? Refrain thyself from thine appetites. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies that malign thee. You see that? And that's why you got Jake out here, with all these different diseases and terminal illnesses, because they can't refrain from their lust and their appetites. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, all this processed food and junk food, man. High in all kind of crazy chemicals that Esau put into it, man. All right? Just because it tastes good and you desire it, it's going to make you a laughingstock in front of your enemies, man. The main enemy being Esau, Edom. You look at these damn Edomites, they eat healthy as hell, man. Going to Whole Foods and shit, eating kale and stuff you probably never heard of before, man. You got to do your research on healthy foods, because they're not going to tell you about that, man. They give you a culture that tells you to eat fried chicken and catfish and, crawfish and all type of abominable foods, man. That's what they give you. That's what they tell you to eat in the media, okay? And that's just a culture that they gave us, man. That bullshit diet to kill you off. All right? But anyway, you got to have discipline, man. You overweight or whatever, it's because you're not eating right most of the time. Now, everybody's body is different, but there's a lot of things that you can do to get healthy, man. To improve your situation. All right? So, yeah, man. Let's, matter of fact, let's get a quick precept in 1 Timothy. All right, here we have the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 5. And it says, for if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High? All right? Now, your house goes into your family, and it starts with you. Me and the brother had a conversation about this the other day. You got to rule over your own self, man, first. How you going to rule over your family if you can't control yourself? How you gonna rule over, no, not rule over, but how you gonna guide the church, all right, the Israelites who are seeking this truth, and you're not in control of yourself, man? All right? It's hypocritical. We have to first conquer our own fleshly desires and lusts, man, that are detrimental to our walk, you know what I'm saying? And our health and our well-being overall. We got to make sure we're keeping those things in check, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost. We can't get complacent and just, not give a damn, man. We got to have discipline. All right? It requires discipline. Good leaders have discipline, man. And the Lord is making leaders out here of the men of Israel, man. Those that are the hopeful elect. All right? Especially those that are of the 144,000. Lord willing, we're that number. Okay? Those are the leaders of the nation of Israel underneath Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And you better believe they're going to have discipline. That word disciple goes back into discipline, man. We are the Lord's disciples. He's teaching us discipline to come out of the do as thou wilt mindset of the world, man. Eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. Do whatever you want to do. It don't matter as long as it feels good. Nah, man. That's wrong. And look at people that do that, man. Their lives are fucked up. All right? Goddamn terminal cancer because you can't stop smoking cigarettes because it makes you feel good. You know? You can't stop eating pork. Now you got heart disease and all kind of crazy shit, hypertension, because you can't rule over your spirit. You can't rule over your own temple, you know, your body. It starts with that, man. It starts with you. Okay? So, let's get a few more precepts. Actually, before I get another precept, I want to get the definition of the word discipline really quick. All right, here we have the word discipline. All right, and it says noun, training. You see, training expected to produce a specific character or pattern of behavior, especially training that produces moral or mental improvement, was raised in the strictest discipline. That's the hopeful elect, man. We are being brought up in discipline, man. Godly discipline. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is doing with us. All right? And it's not easy all the time, man. Sometimes that shit is hard. Right? Because this flesh, man, it wants its lust and its appetites, but the spirit that's in us is like, hell no. We got to, you know, get it in order. And we doing that through the word, man. All right? Adhering to this word is teaching us discipline. All right? Not committing adultery. That's moral discipline, man. Lusting after another man's wife just because she damn half naked. Because these women out here, you know, they're out of order, man. And they play off the lust of your flesh, man. You see those wicked spirits in these women, they crave attention from men outside of their husbands. So they go out to these stores wearing all kind of provocative shit, all right, to get you to look at them, man, to lust after them. You can't go after that lust, man. You got to have discipline as a man. You got to override your flesh because this flesh is naturally, you know, drawn to the shape of women. And it's all around us, man. You see that woman with a man walking with her, then you need to, you know, divert your attention somewhere else. That's discipline, man. And the men of the Lord are doing that because those who don't exercise that, that's what's wrong with this fucking society, man. The 2/3, the rest of the nation of Israel and these heathens, they're not moving in that discipline, man. They'll commit adultery in a heartbeat. They just give in to the flesh. All right? And they can get you killed. Jealousy is the rage of a man. Let a man catch you eyeballing his wife or messing with his wife, man. That man liable to do you some serious damage. All right? And it could have been avoided if you would have had godly discipline that's taught in the scriptures, man. All right? It says the second definition, it says control. Look, control obtained by enforcing compliance or order. All right? We're learning how to be in control of our body, our flesh. That's where power comes from, man. Somebody who's in control. All right? Because when you're not exercising discipline of your appetites, all right, over your flesh, the flesh is controlling you. All right? And you're liable to do any damn thing. All right? And it says, the third one, it says, control behavior resulting from disciplinary training, self-control, man. There you go. Dieting takes a lot of discipline. Prime example, dieting, exercise, man. The flesh is lazy as hell. The flesh just want to sit down and chill and be comfortable. All right? That's going to lead to your demise. Being damn comfortable all the damn time. I get uncomfortable being too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers can identify with that, you know, because we're not in the time to be comfortable, man. We're in the time that we need to be disciplined because this is the point I wanted to make earlier. All right? This leads to other things, man. Esau, the so-called white man, he plays off of your undisciplined nature. You see? Like I mentioned, the food, he puts all that shit in the foods that you like to eat. All right? You putting shit in the chicken, just like in that movie, They Clone Tyrone. He puts it in the movies, man. They're doing that shit in real life. They know what you Israelites like to eat, man. They know what you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans eat. They study you, man. And the brands that you buy, they put the shit in it, man. You better believe it. Chemicals and things to fuck you up, because they're your enemy. That's the devil, man. You think Esau has these supermarkets up in your neighborhood to get you healthy? You think he puts these damn restaurants and shit in your neighborhood so that he can nourish you? No, man. So you got to think outside the box. You got to use discipline. Okay? And ultimately, it's the Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shah that's keeping us afloat, because all the fruit is defiled. But hey, man, we got to choose the best of the worst, man. All right? And he's going to play off of that lack of discipline to the point where a lot of people are going to take the mark of the beast, man, which is the RFID microchip, man. All right? You have to have discipline. Those who can't control themselves, they're going to end up taking that chip, man, to be destroyed. Because they can't rule over their spirit, man. They can't rule over their flesh. They got to eat. They're going to be like, hey, we got to eat somehow, man. I'm hungry. The kid's hungry. We got to eat. They can't understand, you know, what I'm trying to say here. They're not able to refrain, if I can speak today, refrain from their fleshly desires for the greater good. They're totally given over to the flesh. They're not disciplined. It's going to lead to your demise, man. It's going to lead to you taking that RFID microchip. That leads me to my next precept, matter of fact. All right. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right. This is a concept that you must internalize, man. Okay, you have to understand this concept right here, man. This is very spiritual. All right, we're all subject to temptation because we're all in the flesh, right? But your spirit has to overpower that. You have to be able to say no to shit, man. Start learning how to say no to yourself, denying yourself, man, for the greater good. All right? We all are tempted, man. It's common to man to be tempted in different things, right? But it's all on how you attack that temptation, how you handle it. All right? Do you give in to it or do you overcome it? All right? But the Lord said he ain't going to give you nothing that you can't handle. So there's always a way out. You might be on a strict diet trying to get your health right, and you might be presented, you know, with a temptation. They might buy lunch at work or whatever, man. They got all kind of unhealthy shit that's against your diet. That's a temptation. People offering you plates and all this stuff, and you know you're supposed to be on a diet, right? That's a temptation, man. Are you going to go with it? You're going to give in? Or are you going to stick to your diet? Because you know that's going to help you out in the long run. You see? There's a way to escape always, man. It's all in how you look at things, man. The Lord tells you there's always a way to escape. Esau Edom's going to bring that RFID microchip. He's going to tell you, oh, you can't buy or sell. You can't eat if you don't have this technology inside of your body. Well, the Lord told us not to take that, or he's going to destroy us, right? Well, there's a way to escape this, man. But you got to have faith, though. All right? The elect are going to have that faith. They're going to find that way to escape because, look, man, the Lord can provide for us no matter what Esau's talking about. Esau ain't running the show, man. The so-called white man ain't running this show. When he tells us that we can't eat or buy anything to feed ourselves from the stores unless we got the mark of the beast, all right, the way to escape is calling on Yahweh Shemiah Shai and depending on him, having discipline. You might have to go without eating for a couple of days and wait for the Lord to provide for you. It tells you in Isaiah 65:13 that his servant shall eat. King David said, he's been young and old and he's never seen the righteous begging for bread. Think about these scriptures, man. It's going to help you in your discipline. All right? Because Esau's going to get a lot of people who ain't got discipline, man. He's doing it now, but he's going to really do it when he brings that mark of the beast. All right? There's always a way to escape temptation, and that's the hour of temptation. All right, matter of fact, let's get the definition of the word temptation really quick. I'm curious to see what it says. I'm going to go in the blue letter to see if they got it. All right? All right, so here we have the scripture right here pulled up in the Blue Letter Bible app. All right, 1 Corinthians 10:13. I want to go down to the word temptation here in the Greek. Let's see what it says here.
Strong's G 3986, Pyrosmas. Pyrosmas.
All right, hopefully y'all can hear that. But Pyrrhus Mas, right? And it says, let's see what it says. An experiment, attempt, trial, proving. All right. The Lord, he'll allow Satan to tempt you with certain things, man. He'll put, like I said, he'll put that plate in front of you, and see if you're gonna take the bait to try you, man, to see if you're gonna be obedient. You see? Having discipline goes into being obedient, man. Having obedience. That's what the Lord is looking for, man. Those obedient servants, man, those faithful servants. Okay. Trial proving, the trial made of you by my bodily condition. Okay, and Paul goes into this, the Apostle Paul. Condition served as to test the love of the Galatians toward Paul. The trial of man's fidelity, all right, integrity, virtue, or constancy. See, the Lord, he's bringing an hour of temptation, man. He's causing Esau to bring the mark of the beast to see who's going to be faithful, who's going to keep their fidelity and their integrity and their virtue, man. The elect are going to take that other route, man. They're not going to take the route of Esau's mark of the beast. Okay? They're going to be faithful to the Lord, man. An enticement to sin, see? Temptation, whether arising from the desires or from the outward circumstances. Okay? An internal temptation to sin. Yep, Yahushua, he overcame temptation, of the temptation by which the devil sought to divert Yahushua, the Messiah, from his divine errand. You can read about those accounts too. But yeah, man, it goes on to show you the different explanations of the word temptation right here. I got to read this one, matter of fact. Number 3, it says, of the condition of things or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin or to lapse from the faith and holiness. Adversity, affliction, trouble, because a lot of people, they're going to fall out. Those who aren't rooted in the Lord, those who aren't faithful, all right, those who aren't disciplined, all right, and the things of Yahweh Shem Shai, when persecution arises, they're going to fall away from the truth, man. All right, they're going to fall away and defect to a reprobate way of being, man. Going, i.e. going back into the world. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of people who are in this truth, if they're not really faithful to the Lord, they're gonna fall out, man, when persecution and tribulation arise, man. Okay? They're not disciplined spiritually. So yeah, man. That's the point on that, you get the point. Temptation, man. That's what we're battling right now. All right, I'm gonna get this account really quick. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 4, starting verse 1. All right, this is when Yahushua was tempted, how he overcame temptation, and we're trying to be like Yahushua, right? All right. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Okay. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was after and hungry. All right, because he was in the flesh, man. He came in the same body that we're in right now, but he completely beat that. He beat the flesh, man. Yahushua. So he was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, and he was hungry, right? And when the tempter, you see that word tempter, and when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of the most high, command that these stones be made bread, because the devil knew that he had spiritual power, man. All right, he could turn those stones and make them into bread to feed himself. Okay, what does it say next? This is what Yahushua says. Let's see what he says. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. And he was actually quoting Deuteronomy 8:3, if I'm not mistaken, in the Old Testament. But Yahushua overcame that temptation with the word, man. That's how we doing it. We're overcoming temptation by applying his word, man. All right? Applying it to our life. All right? All right, here's one right here. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. One of my favorites. Now it says, trust in the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. All right? The Lord gives us instructions on how to live, man. Dietary laws on how to conduct ourselves, man. with our families, how to deal in the world, you know what I'm saying? How to treat your brother, all these things, man. How to plant, vineyards and all these things, man. There's order on how to move in the earth, man. The divine order that leads to prosperity. It leads to life everlasting, man. All right? It leads to a higher quality of life. But those who don't have discipline, they're not trusting in the guidance of the Lord. They're leaning into their own understanding through their flesh. It's going to be their demise, man. So the Lord tells you, hey, don't move on your own thoughts, man. Don't lean into your own understanding. All right? Do what I'm telling you to do. All right? Because it's to benefit you. All right? And everybody around you, man. And that's what the elect are getting back to. We're not leaning into our own understanding that we used to do, like we used to do in the world, man. We were bugged out there, man, leaning into our own understanding. Now we have the understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in the scriptures, man. All right? Really quick, an example, all right? We like to use the dynamic between men and women a lot, all right, because it's very heavy. Now look at Eve, man, the so-called, the Israelite woman, okay? Mainly, the women of the Southern Kingdom, right? The so-called black women, all right? They lean into their own understanding. Most of them don't have any kind of discipline, man, all right? You see, they're out there going off the will of their own fleshly lust. Talking about they don't need a man, you know what I'm saying? That's what the damn devil gave them, and they bit that apple, man. They bit that forbidden fruit. That's going back to Genesis. But anyway, that's people leaning into their own understanding. That's why relationships are all fucked up, man. That's why the so-called black woman, all right, is the least, married woman out there, man. The least dateable, the least desired, because they have no discipline over their body. They out here laying down with every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Harriet. All right, because they're not able to discipline their flesh. They're doing whatever feels good to them, and that's why they get old and ain't got nobody. They all used up, got a bunch of kids by 5 different dudes. All right, and they wonder why they depressed, why their life ain't shit, because they had no discipline. They had no rule over their spirit. They didn't apply the wisdom of the scriptures, man. Okay, matter of fact, let me get something really quick. I almost forgot this one. Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 14. All right, here we have the book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, they that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua doth love. Now, what is it talking about? It's talking about the spirit of wisdom. All right, and a lot of times in the scriptures, it's referred to as a female spirit. All right, in certain accounts, and that's what it's talking about right here. Those who serve wisdom, all right, the Lord loves, man. He don't like an undisciplined servant, man, not moving in wisdom. Right? Let's go to the next verse. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. You see, it's all for your benefit, man. Rulers are disciplined, man. Kings have discipline. You have to have discipline as a king. You have to move in wisdom as a king, and the Lord is making us kings and priests. All right? Positions of authority in righteousness, man. Okay? You can't be in that do as thou wilt little kid, baby boy spirit, man. Doing what feels good to you all the time, man. Giving over the pleasures. Nah, man. This requires manly, godly discipline, man. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline. All right, you see, wisdom and discipline go hand in hand, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. All right, you see? So at first it's not going to feel good. All right? For example, you go on a diet, man. It's not going to feel good at first, man. Your body might feel like shit because it's getting used to the nutrients that you're putting into it, man. It's weaning itself off from that bullshit you've been eating all the time. All right? But if you continue on, it's going to benefit you in the long run, man. You see? Okay, that's just an example. All right? Now it says here, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. All right. At first, it's not going to feel good. All right. But then after a while, like I said, you're going to start to see the benefits, man. The secret to success, the secret to being successful is discipline, man. Shit, even people of the world will tell you that, man. All these business gurus and shit, they'll tell you, man, you gotta have discipline. You can't be out here doing this and that. If you're trying to get a business off the ground and be successful with it, you have to show some kind of fucking restraint, man. You have to deny yourself. All right? Same thing with this truth, man. You want to be a king on the earth, you want to be a ruler in righteousness, you want to serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you gotta have discipline, man. All right? But if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. You see? There you go, man. All right? You see? You fall off the track. Hey, man, that's on you, man. All right? You know? Discipline, the spirit of wisdom will flee you, man, if you ain't got discipline. And it'll give you over to your own ruin, man. Like it says right here. Your own demise. All right, that's what the rest of the world is doing, man. That's why they're in the condition that they're in. Lost in the sauce out here, man. They lack discipline. All right, the point has been made. So I'm gonna end it with this right here. Okay, the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 8. Oh, hold on, that's not it. Salakia. All right, it's Proverbs 25 and 28. All right, and here it is right here. It says, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. All right, it could be easily taken over by an intruding army because there's no defense. That's how it is, you know, being a man without discipline. You could be overtaken by anything out here, man. You got to know when to say no. All right, you got to know when to deny yourself of certain things that might feel good to you. All right, that your flesh desires, man. You see, you have to rule over your spirit, man. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is teaching us. All right, in many different ways. All right, because you're gonna need that understanding in the time we're coming into, man. Like I said, the mark of the beast is coming, man. Then get ready to make it mandatory, man. If you have no rule over your spirit, you're gonna, you know, give in to your flesh and you know, disobey Yahweh Shem Shai. And that's going to lead to your death, man. And your shame and your demise. So, yeah, that's the point of this lesson. All right, I'm ending right there. Listen to the words of the Spirit, man. You know, the Lord speaks through different men in situations that you might find yourself in for you to adhere to it, for you to take the initiative and discipline yourself, man. He's looking for that, man. He's looking for men that are able to do that, man. So I'm going to end it right there. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Kwame Yasharali in the Bible Bar. Shalom.